Hi, everyone, and welcome to part two of our two-part Week 4 Open Driveway session over shooting. We just wrapped up part one with Coach Mark Holt, who taught us about the fundamentals of shooting with proper form. Once we have that down, we want to move into some drills that we can do on our own goal in our own space to help us become better shooters. To do this, we're going to bring in Coach Evan Rogers. Coach Rogers is a good friend of mine. I actually coached with him the year before I moved into Fort Thomas at Clay City Schools in Clay City, Indiana. In addition to being a great coach, he's one of the most pure shooters I've ever been around, and I always make sure that I really pay attention whenever he starts talking about the ins and outs of shooting. He's going to be joined by seventh grader Bryce, who is also going to help us walk through some of the things that we can do. Now, I promised Coach Rogers we would give him a little bit of a break on his shooting today. He's coming off of about a 3 or 4 month layoff, coming off of a pretty rough foot injury and then a concussion. So I told him we can cut him a little slack with that. But regardless, he has a lot of great information to share, and I think you're going to get something out of this today. So here it is. Here's Coach Rogers with shooting.
What's up, Tomcats? Welcome to Open Driveways. Let's get started. We're going to be working on some shooting drills today. Coach Holt showed you some good shooting fundamentals, and today we're going to work on some drills that you can put those fundamentals to use. First one we're going to work on is form shooting, like he said. So we're just going to simply, kind of like he showed, we're going to come up close, the ball, and to come up close, bring it in. Just work on the form all the way around. Just back and forth. Back and forth. Once you get comfortable, start moving it back a little farther and just keep working on your form. You should probably do that about 5 times like Coach Holt said. Just keep moving yourself back until you start to get in a rhythm. The next drill we're going to do is kind of a little more movement drill. It's still working on your form though. So we're going to go back from corner to corner. So we'll start. So basically what's going to happen here is you're going to run back to from corner to corner. You're going to flip the ball out. You're going to plant your left leg, pivot, shot, okay? We're gonna have Bryce demonstrate this. So he's gonna go back and forth. So he's gonna come over here, flip it out, flip the ball out. You see he plants his left leg, shot. He's gonna run over to the head side, shot. You'll do that 5 times on each side. So you should do it 5 times over there, and 5 times over there. All right. So that's back to back or corner to corner, just some side shooting. You'll do that at the corner 5 times over there, 5 times over there, and you'll do it at the wing 5 times, and then you'll do it at the elbow 5 times. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna come off, you're gonna plant, pivot, shot. All right, you'll go back and forth. You'll do that when you shoot both, and then you'll rebound and put them back and then restart. So Bryce is going to demonstrate. We'll go slow the first time. Come over here. Again, so he's going to run off. He's going to plant this leg, then he's going to come around and then shoot it. And then he's not going to get the rebound yet. He's going to go around to the other one. He's going to come around, plant this leg, come through, and shot. Then once he does that, he'll get his rebound, put him up, and then once he does those 5 times on each side, he'll shoot 5 free throws. The next thing we're going to work on is some ball handling moves and then shot. So, I'm going to set the chair up here, set the chair up over there. Basically what you're going to do, you're going to come down, you're going to make a move, jump stop, and then shot. So Bryce, I'm going to show you how Bryce can do it. So he's going to start, he's going to dribble, he's going to make a move, he's going to jump stop, and then shot. He'll get his rebound and do the same thing on the other side. What I like to suggest is work on some of your ball handling. So crossovers between the legs, behind the backs, spin moves. Go through those 4 movements and maybe even a hesitation dribble. Do those 5 moves, and then after you do that on both sides once for each move, shoot another 5 free throws. So let me see that ball. So what you're going to do is you're going to work on your form, and then you're going to set and shoot it. Shoot it. Gather it. Get your form and stuff ready. Make sure your form is right. Legs down. And then you're going to shoot it. All right. So here's how it's going to look. Just let it loose. Catch it. Pop. All right. You'll do that. Just do it a couple times. Doesn't have to be fast. On some of the other ones, you're running quite a bit. This one's more of just trying to make sure you work on your form and just gathering yourself. So if you have a quarter at home, this one's really going to work on your form and just some good shooting drills to make sure you're not using both hands when you're shooting this. So if you have a quarter or just any kind of coin, I want you to put it in between. If you're a right-hand shooter, put it on your left hand in between your thumb and your index finger. Hold it right there. What it's going to do is when you shoot, you're not going to be able to use that thumb. It's because if you use it, the quarter's going to drop out. So the goal is to not use that left hand and just all right hand movement. This is just here to make as a guide hand, okay? So you're going to just shoot the ball just a couple times. You can start off with a shot or 2. Just trying to make sure you get the hang of it, and then once you get more used to it, then you can take a dribble. So this is how it should look though. Come a little closer, you can see. Again, thumbs over here. Ooh, that was an ugly shot. Let's do that again. The goal is just to make sure you're not using that left hand. And like I said, once you get more comfortable, you can still do a dribble. Just do a right hand dribble. Thumb up, and shot. Okay? This one's another kind of more advanced move. Also just kind of working on being quick with your feet and getting your feet set up for a good shot. So you're going to do a little plank. This is more advanced, so make sure your form and everything's right before you start doing this, and make sure you're doing it close. You don't want to be going too far out on this one. So what you'll do is start off in a plank, dribble with your right hand, pop up, shot. Kind of works on your balance as well. Just being used to, it's trying to get you used to being able to, run around, get a little worn out, jump up, get your feet set, shot. So on these kind of more advanced drills, they're kind of just go at your own pace. I would do them, I would try to get at least 10 to 20 shots and just doing these, getting good form. All right, these next couple drills we're going to do requires a partner. So, Bryce is going to pass me the ball. I would do this around the top of the free throw line. What you're going to do is you're going to start facing opposite the goal. Plant your left leg. Bryce is going to throw it to me. Once he throws it to me, I'm going to pivot, shot. The goal here is just to work on your pivoting again, all right? So, again, we'll do it a little faster. Then throw it, pivot, gather yourself, go up. So you'll get if you have a partner, maybe if your parent wants to help you out with this, you can do it. You go back and forth, try and do it each side, because it's good. It's not good just to do one pivot foot, because you want to be able to do both. So Bryce would come over here. If it's my partner, we'd kind of go back and forth. I'd also work on my right, going to my right, coming off, shot. So this next one is just free shooting. So this one's just going to make you start moving a lot, get you moving, and working on stepping into your shot. So again, stepping into your shot means, so say if Bryce is going to pass it to me, I've got this leg planted, come through, shot. So you're coming through and you're getting a shot in. The goal of this is to work on being able to move a lot and just getting ready to shoot it. So if you have a partner, again, if your parent wants to help you out, what'll happen is I'll throw Bryce the ball, he's going to step into it, shot. I'm going to rebound. He's going to start running around. So when I throw it to him, he's going to come into it again. Start moving around again. Start moving around. Start moving around. Start moving around. So we'll do that. I would do it for about a minute. And for you who are a little older, you can kind of move it out to the 3-point line, shoot a couple threes. But really, I try to keep it from about 15 feet. That's probably the sweet spot, 10 to 15 feet. Now, there's some of you that might even not have a goal. You don't have a goal at home. What you can do is you can do some ball flips. I'm sure you've seen these. Bryce's going to lay down and do them. So you're just laying down. Make sure your form is right, like Coach Holt showed you in the first video. And then you're going to just kind of work on your form. Releasing it, making sure it's good, holding that follow through until the ball comes down, like that. That's just kind of simple. I'm sure all of you have seen that before. So, the next one is kind of the same thing, except for you're going to be in a chair. This one, here Bryce, sit down. This one he's going to sit down. He's going to just kind of do the same thing, and the goal is he's going to follow through, kind of let it come back to you. The goal is that you have a good enough rotation on the ball that it starts bouncing back towards you. So do it again. See how it just starts coming back a little bit? So that's just some other free form shooting. And this last one is kind of the same thing except for you're standing up. So come over here. Kind of like that, the drill I showed earlier, how you just kind of throw it in the air. Just working on your form again. You don't have a drill, it's just working on getting set and making sure you have a good, quick release. These give you some drills just to work on at home. Again, I do most of these. I try to get about 10 shots in on each drill. And if you want to work harder, I try to get about 20 to 25. These are some great drills you guys can work on to really get better and set your game apart. And I'm sure there's a lot of other things that you can do as well, just as far as I would try to shoot free throws, 5 to 10 free throws after every drill. I really prefer 10 just because it make sure you're kind of a little worn out, because that's how you're going to be in a game. I know you only would shoot 2 or 3 free throws at a time, but still, it's good just to get that repetition in. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I wish you guys the best luck.
And that's shooting. So a huge thank you goes out to both Coach Rogers and Coach Holt from our first video for sharing their expertise with us on shooting. You know, one thing's become very clear over just the past handful of years, and that is the importance and the value of being a really good shooter. Now, as a 5th and 6th grader, even lower, by no means do I expect you to walk out there and start knocking down every three-pointer that you could possibly take. That's not what we're looking for here. But by the time you become 7th graders, 8th graders, and definitely high schoolers, we want you to be able to knock down those shots any given night. And your ability to do that then is going to start with the work you put in now. So really nailing down your form early, working on these shots, and becoming a very consistent shooter early on will translate to success both now, but especially down the road when we really care about it. So take to heart everything both of these coaches said, use these drills, and become a better shooter because of it. Your ability to shoot the basketball well is not only going to be really valuable to you, but extremely valuable to your entire team. I can't tell you how much easier it is to coach a team whenever you know there's players on the floor that can knock down shots. You know, I'm not scared when certain players are shooting up threes from the corner because I know that they have good form, they're shooting it correctly, and it has a really good chance to go in. Start now to become that good of a shooter later on. Thanks so much for watching all of these videos. We really hope you got something out of the Open Driveways videos this summer so far. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to reach out to us, work through all these videos, become a better basketball player, and get yourself ready for this season. Take care, everybody.